Hi everyone, thank you for tuning into another episode of our Freelance Creative Exchange podcast. So I'm Jace. Today we are speaking about the impact of COVID-19 on our creative companies and how they are adapting to the changing circumstances and economic uncertainty. So we have here today with us Benjamin. Hi Benjamin.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah,
Nice to be here.
Benjamin. Thank you. Benjamin is a Singaporean creative entrepreneur. So he's the founder of Jealousy Motion Design and partner of Balance, both being motion design agency. You can check out our previous interview with Benjamin where he spoke about the challenges of transiting from a freelancer to a business owner. So first of all, Benjamin, before we start, how have you been?
I think not too bad. Because I guess for me, I'm an introvert, so I don't get to go out. Even in a normal day, I don't get out much. So not too bad, not too bad. Everything is still going smooth. Thanks for asking.
Great to hear that. So yeah. So you also look very good. Yeah. So it looks like you're coping with circuit breaker very well.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Thank you.
so back on April 7th, this is where Singapore first implemented the circuit breaker measures to reduce the spread of COVID-19. So all non-essential businesses like design and media and also production of any kind, right, were no longer allowed to operate at their workplaces. So how did Genesis cope with this period of time, and how do you adjust your operation to enable your employees to still to carry on working and work from their home?
Yeah. So basically, from the whole thing, um, the we pretty much sort of um predicted these things to happen already lah. So
Mhm.
when it when the circuit breaker happened, we were actually in, I think, about a week in to the whole staying at home, meaning that we've already pre-planned everything.
Mm,
And yeah, I mean, we sort of we sort of look ahead of time lah. So we already was working at home for the 1 week, and the weeks before that, we were already planning of how should we migrate the
mm,
workflows, the work structures, the systems, and things
mm,
like that. So
mm,
that was a very important, very I guess the word would be like forward thinking,
mm,
because we sort of predicted that it would definitely it would have the lockdown would happen. It's just a matter of when.
mm.
So
Right.
we rather set that date ourselves than when the government announced that it was like 2 or 3 days before the
Mm,
full now, or I mean in the circuit breaker in a sense.
yeah.
So I've seen a few friends and companies that were rushing to figure out systems and
Mm,
things back then. So we were considered lucky to be in a position where we were in.
yeah. And also, I think the nature of your job as well, right? Because most of them are digital based anyway. So in terms of moving, to home might be a
Mm.
bit more easier, say, compared to say a F&B outlet, or say
Mm.
a production company in that sense. So how has the experience been like for you, in terms of, with your employees or also with your client, working remotely during this circuit breaker period? How has the experience been like?
We in a sense, we've been sort of already working with some of our clients, even locally here,
Mm,
remotely.
mm,
Meaning that, sometimes when they have the brief, it's really, sometimes it's just through a phone call,
mm,
it's through emails, and we get everything done just like that. And then the production gets done. Nobody meets each other. So
mm,
it's really happening. It was already happening on a day-to-day basis, but definitely for those clients who prefer face-to-face meetups, we
mm,
that's not possible already. So
mm,
yeah, they we pretty much had to adopt to a more digitalized method lah. But in terms of everything else, yeah, we are pretty familiar. So
mm,
we take that technique and we work with our clients that are based overseas.
mm.
Uh, Same technique, everything still works the same. So uh, thankfully, everything is all our systems and everything is just all digitally stored in clouds and things like that, which allows us to function as per normal.
Right, right. How about productivity wise? Do you find that the team productivity has increased because everybody work from home now, or actually it has kind of decreased because the discipline and things like that is another issue to put in.
Uh, I'm not very. It's like a double-edged sword, right? Um, where productivity would, in a sense, increase because now at home there is no real line of like
Mm,
work and relaxation at home and taking your mind off things. Everything is here, so I find myself working until like 9 to 10, and I think that's already considered quite lucky. I've known a few friends who works even later and they can't have that line. They don't have
right,
that for them.
right.
Um, and for us, we I would say as a manager or something like you prefer
Mm,
to see
mm,
people work
mm,
face to face,
mm,
right? With that
mm,
conversations, that
mm,
interactivity, and
mm.
so like the just being able to make be able to do like quick amendments if like you notice something's going wrong.
Right.
You're able to jump in really quickly and you know amend something or make sure that they're going in the right direction, which I think is very important. So not being able to do that is it's a bit tricky for sure.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
so what we do is we try to ask them to send work in progress,
Right.
a few check-ins as many times during the day, lah, of course, and
Mm,
trying not to be disruptive.
mm.
So definitely fewer check-ins than face to face for sure.
Yeah. But how about morale part? How do you intend to actually, build the morale in the team um, during this
Mm,
period?
the morale, we have town halls every Monday. So
Oh.
town hall is basically we get everybody in and then we'll just do a
Mm,
recap on what's
mm,
going on. What is the how are we overcoming the situation? How are we moving forward?
mm,
Encouraging everybody, um, and things like that lah. So we find it very helpful lah. Even though we don't see each other on a day to day every week. Some people do it every day. But
mm,
for us, I think every day, every week will be is sufficient enough lah, and that keep the morale going
mm,
and in a sense productivity going also because we set
right.
milestones. Mm.
Right, right. So, when Singapore, I mean, right now we already hear, right, that news that we are slowly going to, ease the circuit breaker. So, when Singapore eventually relax our work from home order, so would you immediately send everybody back to their office or back to your office?
Uh, I guess we'll have to take a look at the situation.
Mm,
There is a high chance that um, it would be we'll definitely go back to the office for sure lah. But
mm,
seeing the situation with our own eyes,
mm,
rather than an announcement to guide us to lead rather than announcements to lead us, we tend to make a decision on our own. And so whenever they finally lift it up, I think and Singapore is going pretty hard on this, meaning that they only lift it up if it's single digit or if it's no more, you know,
mm, mm,
infection. So I think it should be better lah. But definitely productivity and everything, working in the office is much more ideal for sure.
yeah, I mean, sometimes, right, you just cannot beat the human connection, right? Especially on
Yeah, exactly.
right. So, okay. So, besides the being affected in terms of the working arrangement, right? How has Genesis been affected by the whole COVID-19 situations? From a project perspective, as well as whether you see a sudden drop in terms of the numbers of projects that you'll be doing in the next few months.
Mm. Yeah, so like what I mentioned like a little
Mm,
bit as well just now, there was a whenever there was a start in the circuit breaker, when there was a start in the circuit breaker, we experienced a change, a hard hit
mm,
um, in the amount of jobs that were coming in. I think that everybody is pretty much uncertain, with um, with the situation, and everybody is just, or they would rather hold their finances up, hold their budgets than to spend it, because at this point of time it's understandable, like there is no understanding yet. There's no stability as of yet. So being holding the fundings and everything was, I think every company predicted it, from production to post production, and then on this side of things, we all knew that it would greatly affect us. Um, what I didn't know was that the amount of jobs actually is increasing for us for post production during this time. So we find ourselves a little bit busier. It's getting it's piling up slowly, actually, because clients are and agencies are finding alternatives to still get content out, because that's an ever going race, right? To continue getting content out, marketing out. So um, transitioning from film to transition to motion graphics was one of the way that companies can still move forward, and it's still socially acceptable in this time. So there was an increase in slow increase in jobs, in work for us. So only have God to thank for that, at least for our side of things. But I know of many friends as well, like who are not experiencing good time.
Right.
Budgets wise, I've seen companies that gives because of the uncertainty as well. They offer like lower, like COVID packages,
Yeah.
because of this whole situation.
Mm.
For us, we did not shift our pricing and the budget at all. Um, the reason being is just a personal opinion, but for that I believe that once you've lowered the budget, it affects your branding as well. Affects your branding. It affects the way people look at you. Maybe they were like, even after the whole situation, they realize that, hey, you can make it work, with that cost. After that as well, can you still make it work, or with this or lesser? So we don't want to be in that position.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think sustainable is still the most important here. Like, you don't want to actually offer a price that you cannot sustain it into the future, and then that kind of make everything go away, right?
Yeah.
But of course, I think if some company feels that by offering packages will bring them new businesses and all this, but I guess each individual on their own to see
Correct.
what works out best for their company. But glad to hear that you actually got more jobs during this period of time. I think it is definitely something that we are very happy for you, right? And we definitely believe that Genesis, definitely have the potential to become a great company. But during this period, right, the government has also dished out a lot of assistance packages to help companies cope, right? So most importantly is to keep jobs, protect workers. So in that sense, have you actually used any of the government grants for your business during this period, or are you considering to actually apply for any of those that might be relevant?
Yeah, so we are still using the same grants pre-COVID. For example, they have like internships grants that we use to bring internships for training and things like that. We are still using it till today. Specifically for government grants that are offered, I think I've seen a couple, but we've gotten those. I think we are at this moment we're just getting those that were given by the government,
Right, right.
the automatic payouts, and if I'm not wrong, it's the GSS or something. I don't know. That's
Yeah. Right,
and
right.
the work grant work
Work
scheme
prayer or
something like that.
right. I see.
Yeah.
I see. Right.
Other
So
than that,
hmm,
no.
right. Okay. Yeah. But I must say, I think at a time like that, any help is appreciated, right? So I think
Absolutely.
the
Yeah.
government is doing their best to see how they can actually help more companies regarding this.
Right.
So on a professional level, we spoke about how you are coping as a company and things like that. But how about on your personal level? So on a personal level, how have you been coping with COVID during this period?
Oh, okay. So um okay. So in a sense, for personally, how I've been coping with it is really, really just embracing and adapting
Mm,
as much as possible. Using the resources that is given to us um, from the government. So, or like because there is a lot of there's these grants and there's a lot of also what do you call that um, projects that the government briefs that the government give out. That's for all the different sectors to get you
mm,
productive and things like so. Um, Personally, for my mindset, in a sense, there's a lot of reassurance
mm,
as well. So for on our side, we are definitely trying together with a few of our other partners to work out on some of these grants. Or I'm not sure if they are called grants, but some of these potential projects funding.
right, right.
Um, so so that really helps me on a personal level
Mm,
because even if we don't get projects, we can leverage on to into this and
mm,
at least keep ourselves busy lah. So
mm,
mentally, I feel more reassured in
mm,
that sense. But
right.
also, yeah, I mean, like what I mentioned, I don't feel much of a super big difference because I'm cooped up in the either here at home or in the office anyway. So um, and I can say for like most of my post production friends as
Yeah,
well. Lah.
right,
Yeah, sure.
right, right. Yeah, great. So after we eventually recover from the pandemic, right? Do you think that your life will actually go back to normal?
Um, I feel so. I believe so.
Mm,
Um, there will be a I think it will take some time before it goes back to
mm,
fully functional again.
mm,
And there's a lot of saying, that as digital content would be starting to be a bit more prominent, and
right.
you'll see people working from home a little bit more.
Mm,
Um, Personally, I don't really believe it would come to that. Um,
mm,
it's just that people might be will be comfortable with
mm,
that. Yeah,
mm,
but at the end of the day, nothing can replace human to human face to face interactions, right? So
right.
either whether it's meeting a client or
Mm,
meeting your friends or working in the office,
mm,
um, they would all that plays a very important role. And I
mm,
feel I don't think like as per what they say that things will be more digitalized and things like I think
mm,
it people will be more comfortable with that because now they are forced to do it. But after the thing, I believe everything will go back to the way it is.
mm. But do you think that there will be new measurements or new way of working, after the post-COVID, right? Like for example, like for the production set, right? We're already talking about, that the team need to be smaller, everybody need to be 1 meter apart from one another, and then certain, you need to have well ventilated rooms, things like that. So do you see a similar thing taking place in that sense on the post-production side of it affecting your workflow and things like that?
Um, Definitely we've implemented some things,
Mm,
temperature taking and things like that. Uh,
mm,
and social distancing as well, for sure. I mean,
mm,
the spaces and between tables and everything, it's all
mm,
it's all it's all wide enough, right?
mm,
But yeah, I think it happens more for when we work with our partners for like production shoots,
mm,
to go and take temperatures,
mm,
declarations,
mm,
um, a lot of providing everybody masks as we
Mm,
go towards the shoot,
mm,
and things like that lah.
mm,
So definitely it would have adjustments in that manner, but
mm.
on the day to day in the office, um, the mandatory would still probably last for quite a while lah.
Right.
Temperature taking and distancing,
Mm,
at least for a while more.
right, right. Thank you so much for sharing, Benjamin. So before we end, right, do you have any words of advice or encouragement for other creative business owners during this COVID-19 situation?
Yeah. So um, I was actually asking my clients. I think recent
Mm.
I was doing an email reach out. I was reaching out to my clients, and my client actually gave me a word of encouragement that I think I would love to share with us. So, like with everything that's happening, I think the only real thing that really matters is you being able to overcome and to adapt. Like it's up to you. The mentality is really up to you whether you want
Right.
to overcome the situation or you just want
Okay.
to decide to just um, get overcome or just just take it as a defeat, right?
Mm,
So it's all mentality lah, and people in general has always bounced back stronger
mm,
throughout situations.
mm,
So even if because for that specific client, he was mentioning to me that his business was failing, but it didn't matter to him because he was just bounced back stronger. And it's all about the attitude. It's all about the
mm,
mentality and how you approach things.
mm,
And for my own personal belief, it's like whenever I get situations like this, and I know I've tried my best to adapt to overcome, and if it still doesn't work out for me, then I'll take it as I really did my best, and with the
mm,
situations and the things that's given to me,
mm,
there's no regrets for
mm,
that.
mm,
So I mean I'll just have to pass it down lah, to the viewers who's watching,
mm,
to live life without regret lah, and to just
mm,
push as hard as you can. And if anything else, if it happens or anything negative were to happen,
mm.
you would bounce back stronger.
Yeah, yeah, you're right, absolutely. And I do believe that this is a good time, right, for especially for freelancers as well. I mean, by nature, we are our own business, so we should be nimble enough, to
Mm,
follow, whatever is to come or to change our course of business and things like that. So we should be able to emerge much stronger after this period of time.
exactly.
I think the key is actually using now, right, to really reassess the situation and think about what you want to do in the future. Right? How can you come back stronger? In that sense. Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe what for Benjamin? Benjamin, are you recruiting? Do you need more?
Definitely, definitely looking out. We're definitely looking out.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Benjamin, for taking the time to speak with us today.
No problem. Happy to.
So if you enjoy our show, do let us know by clicking the like button or leave a comment below. Check out our Freelance Creative Exchange site and join our Creative at Work community on Facebook and Instagram. So, but till then, take care and stay safe. Bye, everyone. Bye, Benjamin.
Bye.